things going? Are you kind of preparing for a shorter week? And what do you think about Purdue?
It's been fast. I'll tell you what. It's a quick turnaround from last week. Lot less rest time. But it's going to be a lot of fun playing on a Friday. It'll be fun to get down there and play at night in front of a big crowd. I enjoy playing it at Purdue. I like their atmosphere. I like their stadium. I like the grass. And in terms of preparation, everything just speeds up a little bit. You have to watch more film each day than you would when you have an extra day to do it. And as a team, as a defense, as a safety room, everything speeds up just like everything else does. So preparation, the whole process, you just have to turn it up one more notch, which is great. It's another challenge and it's an opportunity to get better and grow.
The team obviously had to adjust its practice schedule and stuff for a Friday game. How did you kind of maybe have to adjust your just personal schedule, just how you go about your business every day, not necessarily football related, to deal with this Friday game?
I mean, homework's part of it. You got to get that done. But then recovery also comes in a little bit more. We don't have that off day that we normally have. So you have to do a little extra recovery, you have to spend a little extra time in the training room. And then, I get a few free seconds here and there. You've got to watch some more film. You have to do whatever you can to prepare yourself for a day earlier of the game.
When you first got here, one of the things the defensive staff then said about you was your ability to track the ball in the air. And I'm just curious if the interception you had in the end zone is an example of that, and what do you see from the snap and then to trigger to make that play?
It's an example of tracking the ball. Yeah. And then during the snap, it's you see the mannerisms of the QB and try to look you off and come back to throw behind you. And so it's a feel thing. It's a understanding the quarterback's tempo and his drop back, and then just recognizing the route concept.
Hunter, you said last week how your offense or your individual performance didn't matter given the loss. After a win, does that accolade of getting the defensive player of the week kind of hold some more substance to you?
It's getting that honor is awesome. It's great. It's obviously it's great to be recognized for playing a good game. But at the end of the day, like as long as we come out with a win, I could care less how good or bad I play. Obviously, I want to play good for the sake of the team. But as long as we win, that's all that matters at the end of the day. It's a team sport, and you start looking at individual stats and all that stuff. You're looking in the wrong places.
So Hunter, you mentioned Purdue's grass. Just what's the difference for you as a player playing on grass compared to other places that have turf?
Yeah, honestly, I just enjoy it more. It reminds me of growing up. It's much softer. It's, in most cases, not as fast, which I don't like or dislike. But I think it's just more fun. Like I said, it reminds me of growing up and playing ball when I was little. It's really overall just more comfortable on feet, on body, and everything.
Well, the extra fired up because it's a Friday night. It's on ESPN and everything is being amped up a little.
Oh, of course. It's night games. I think are always amped up a little bit more. It's prime time. It's under the lights, big crowd. We're going into the defending Big Ten West champions house. It's a great challenge. It's a great opportunity to go out and play the game and. We execute, we do the things we need to do. It'll be a fun night for us.
You mentioned you like playing at Purdue. You guys have had a pretty favorable record against them. How much do you guys take pride in that and then the way you've been able to play against them in the past?
You take pride in it for sure. It's always good to beat teams in your division. So you take a lot of pride in it, but you can't look at that and say, we beat them the last however many years. Like it's just going to be another one of those games. They're a good team. They, like I just said, they won the division last year, and we can't take that lightly. New coaching staff, new offense, new personnel. So it's going to be a fun game. It's going to be a challenge for us, another challenge going on the road in that atmosphere. I'm excited.
Is it something that gets brought up at all? I imagine you don't want to be part of the team where the streak ends. Is it something that gets discussed at all this week?
No, it hasn't. It hasn't been discussed at all. The discussion is just take care of business. Do your job, execute your assignment, play fast, play physical, play violent, and let the cards fall where they fall.
You've played 3 games in this scheme now. I'm just curious the way they're using you. Are you in better position to make plays against the run, pass, or is it 50-50?
I think it's a little bit 50-50. I think it's, depending on the call, depending on the offense's call.
Yeah.
It really just it varies. Some plays are better for the run, some are better for the pass. So I think it's more 50-50, and gives me opportunities.
Do you have a preference where you think you can affect the game more, whether it's as a pass, in coverage, or maybe at the line of scrimmage more where you're against the wall?
I mean, I really enjoy doing both.
Okay.
I like being involved in both aspects. It gives you chances to make a lot of plays. Make tackles, TFLs, get interceptions, whatever it may be. So I really enjoy doing both, and I think the opportunity to do both is a great opportunity, and I can't take that lightly.
What do you guys just take away from the Washington State loss in terms of going on the road again at night, in terms of the way you need to handle yourself this time between the lines, or maybe even before that?
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the big things is just understanding you're going on the road and understanding that it's going to be loud, it's going to be very little fans in your favor, and you cannot come out slow. Like, you don't have, playing at home, you have the jump around, you have the, whatever it may be to get the crowd energy going, and the crowd to get you going. Whereas on the road, like, you have to bring your own juice, you have to bring your own energy, and it really comes down to us, and whoever we have with us. Like, this team is all we have on the road. We don't have anyone else. It's just us. So understanding that, and understanding that, like, when we got each other, we're going to be pretty hard to beat.
So, first interception, Ben Barton helped a little bit with that. I heard he was picking the professor. Just, how, I know he's on the front seven, and I know that he's been on the defensive back, but just, how have you seen Ben step up this season so far, too?
He's had a really good year, in my opinion. This is really his first year, seeing a lot of playing time, seeing the field a bunch, and he's really grown. He's a high intensity, high effort dude, and he works. He puts his head down and grinds. He doesn't worry about the outside factors. He doesn't worry about anything else other than coming in and playing the game.
Let's go one more for Hunter if we have it.
Certainly, you guys were obviously locked in the first 3 weeks, but is there something about the Big Ten play that gets some extra energy in the locker room, or even for you personally?
Always, it's when it comes down to it, like, we want to win a Big Ten championship. That is the goal. So when you get into Big Ten play, it's everything has to ramp up that much more, and everything has to intensify and pick up, and it's a great opportunity. It's very exciting. Getting into conference play, getting that opportunity to go on the road, to start against the defending champs of the West. So you love it, and you love the opportunity, you love the chance, and it's you really see what your team's made of.